I'm so excited that you made it until this point. You're an overachiever, an achiever, and you're here. That's the most important part. I'm very excited. So today we're going to be talking about strategy. Strategy is a very important thing. As you heard me saying at the beginning of this class, if you only have a plan and you don't have a strategy, it's not complete. And I use this quote by Muhammad Ali, who says, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So this strategy is going to enable you not to get punched in the face, so you get to win. So let's talk a little bit about strategy. What is strategy? For those of you who are wondering, what is strategy? What does strategy stand for? You heard people speaking about strategy all the time. They use this word. You wonder, what is strategy? So let me put up my presentation of today so you're able to see exactly what I'm talking about. So let's explore a little bit about it. So here is what strategy is. As you can see on my screen, strategy simply stands for specific, think, research, act now, target, evaluate, goal, yield, result. So let me walk you through those words. There were like a lot of them in there, right? A lot of them. I'm going to put it back again for those of you who want to see it. So specific, think, research, act now, target, evaluate, goal, and yield results. So I'm going to ask you this question every day. As you ask yourself this question every day, what's your daily strategy to implement your goal? This is a question I want you to think about, like today. Take a piece of paper. Let's do this exercise. Take a piece of paper. Write, what's your daily strategy to implement your goal? Like, what is it? What is your daily strategy? So by that, I mean specific. I want specificity. I want you to think. I want you to research in case you don't know. I want you to act and to do it now. Act now. And I want you to be target, to use target. Evaluate the goal and to yield the result. So there is this quote by Eric Thomas I really love. He says this. I'm going to put it on the screen. He says, apply the ABCs of success to your life. Ask, believe, claim it. Right? Very simple. Apply the ABCs of success to your life. Ask, believe, claim it. So, for those of you who are there who are wondering, you don't know, ask. You don't have, ask. This is the ABC of success. Ask, believe, and claim it. Very important. I want you to be able to utilize this tool. Ask, believe, and claim it. Very important. So as we talk about strategy, our strategy is the ABC. Ask, believe, and claim. We're going to use this as our blueprint. If you don't know, use the ABC. So let's talk about strategy in detail. So we talk about it a little bit. But let's talk about how do you practically apply the strategy, right? There you go. I'm going to put it on the screen there. So basically, I want you to be specific each day. Here's the strategy. Each day, I want you to be specific. We already know the task, right? How are you going to do it? What task? Be specific in terms of it. Think. For those of you who don't have your strategy yet, or you don't have your plan yet, this is the moment to think and to do the research. This is what strategy will enable you. For those of you who have not yet completed your plan completely, or you don't know, this is the time to do the research. And for those of you who have been waiting or you're just going through the class, this is the time to act. Act now. Don't wait. Do it. Target. Do your target. Target. Have your target. Did your target? So make sure to have your target. Evaluate. How are you going to evaluate yourself? Goal. Do you know the goal? So, and we must yield results. So that is what strategy stands for us. So now the question is, practically, how do we make that strategy happen? Yes, this is where we go from talking to practice, right? Because I told you the course was designed to help you be successful at this 21-day challenge. So this is how the course help you do that with this strategy. So let's go on the screen. So here's our strategy, very simple. We have a strategy for each week. Strategy for week 1, strategy 2, strategy 3. Each week we have a strategy. I want you to develop a strategy for each week. If that is for starting a business, or you want to be an entrepreneur, or you want to start a course, what is your strategy to win? What strategy do you have? Whether it is to write a book, what is your strategy to write that book? So I want you to really think about it and put it into those blocks. Those blocks, think about it like the calendar in the planning, and develop at least 3 big strategy there that you're going to apply each week. And now let's talk about the applicability of it. So here is our course strategy. Basically, each day, as you guys can see there, you're going to come in here, for those of you who have the book, and write your daily goal, right? You already know, you have the plan in your calendar. You know exactly what you have to do each day, what you need to do each day, what you chose to do each day. You already know it, and it's on your calendar by now. It's on your calendar. For those of you who are using Google Calendar, is on your Google Calendar. For those of you who are using a physical calendar, by now you should already have it on your physical calendar. For those of you who are using a phone, by now you should already have it on your phone. So now we're talking about our strategy, right? So now, each day, you know exactly what your calendar is saying by now, right? You already know what your calendar is saying. First step, second step, third step. The plan is already laid out. But now this is about a strategy. So the cool thing is, each day on the strategy here, you have a list of things. In order to meet that goal, what you need to do. This is your to-do list. Our strategy is the to-do list. Write it down. Okay, I need to do this today to meet that goal on the calendar that you already put. So just write what you need to do. Write it down. And here is how this calendar is going to work. You also have a, let me put the calendar here for those of you who are not seeing it here. Here it is, the to-do list I was referring to. So basically, you're going to be writing your to-do in here. So on the first day, your calendar already says something on your calendar, whether it's on a phone. So here, you're going to use this template for to-do list. You write each day what you need to do to have it in here. So, and then I also have a motivation quote for you in there to motivate you. For those of you who are looking here you're looking at my presentation. And on the book, it looks very similar to it. And then you have also the daily accountability question below here. So let me show you how that works on the book. For those of you who already have the book, let me show you how that works. Let me put it on in there. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna switch the screen there. As you guys all have the book already. Okay, basically each day, as you can see here, this is our system. Each day have this. We have this template for each day, this system for each day. So basically on the first day, as you get to do, because after this there is no more talking, it's just doing. So each day, once you wake up, come here, write down what you need to do, right? You already know the plan of the day. Your calendar tells you already what you need to do that day in terms of the goal, in terms of the steps that you need to meet on that day. Now here is the strategy. Okay, in the to-do list, okay, what do I need to do today to make sure that I meet that goal that's on my calendar for today? So write it down. And now you also have a motivational quote here. For example, here on the first day, I'm saying, it's a quote by Eric Thomas here that's asking you to be successful by using something very simple. So basically the quote says, apply the ABC of success to your life. Ask, believe, and claim it. That's to motivate you. That's the piece of motivation in that day. And as you're going throughout that day, think about asking, believing, and claiming it. And on our, by the end of the day, so you're going to come here and you're going to write, you're going to circle one thing here. Are you making any progress toward your goal? If the answer is yes, then circle yes. If the answer is no, then you respond to the question, why? Give a reason why you didn't meet that daily goal. Because it's on your calendar, you know it, so you got to be able to achieve it. So that's the system. Very simple, easy to use. You come there, you write on your to-do list, and you just do it. You execute. Done. And then at the end of the day, you sit, you be accountable to yourself. You're like, okay, yeah, I did it. I achieved today. Yes, you feel good. Circle it. That is it. And for those of you who does not meet the goal, let's say I'm just being realistic. Let's say, for example, that day you were not able to do everything you set up on your to-do list. And let's say you didn't meet what the calendar says in terms of your steps. So I want you to think about this if that happened. So you're going to do a little essay for those of you who struggled on that first goal or something that says on the calendar, or you struggle with it, or you just happen to struggle with it on the 7th or something like that. Here is the tools that was going to enable you to learn from the experience, because I want you to learn from that experience. You know, whether you get it or you don't, but you build the learning so you know exactly in the second day what you need to do and how you could use the learning that you did before to apply it as you are catching up on your goal or as you are achieving more goals. Here is, for those of you who have a pen and paper, just write this really quickly. We're going to talk about, it's going to be on the essay. I want you to think about 6 steps, 6 easy steps. Let me put it in here. So the first step you're going to think about describing what happened. Why didn't you miss that goal? I want you to write it down. How did you feel? How did you feel about it? On that day. Evaluate. Now I want you to evaluate on the third step. Evaluate a little bit why. Why does that happen? You had one goal on one day and that doesn't happen. Why? So I want you also to think about the second steps is analyze a little bit. What could you have done differently? So that is the other thing. And step 5, conclusion. Conclude. Why was the reason that you didn't miss that goal that day? So write it on the paper. And then the last step, what is your action plan to make it happen in the next day, in the next week? How are you going to catch up? So that is how we're going to do our learning from experiences in case that we don't meet that goal that day. So basically, first things we do, we describe what happened. The second, how did we feel about it? The third, we evaluate what happened, what we could have done differently. The fourth, we analyze. We analyze what was the different things. And then we talk about conclusion. We conclude. The reason why this didn't happen is because of this and that and that. And that's what you learned. And then you now can create an action plan so that the next time it does not happen. So that is a little bit about it. So I'm going to bring back our screen here for all of you there. You can see each day has a new quote. Each day has a new adventure in terms of motivation and everything else. So that's a little bit about today. And for those of you who still need me to go deeper in terms of questions in those 6 steps, reflective steps, I'll have a paper for you in the resource section, or you can see it down below. That's going to enable you to go through those 6 steps in case that you are struggling with it. So that will be the learning from experiences piece that I'm adding into the strategy, because I want you to be successful, and I want you to be aware, and I want you to be a leader as you go through this course. We're building your leadership skill, we're building your achievement skills, so that way you have the tools that you need to be successful. Thank you. I look forward to seeing you in the next section.